Washington Times front page for Thursday, December 30th, 2021. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. President Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin are set to speak as relations between their two nations approach a moment of crisis amid Russian troops massing near the Ukraine border. The two leaders are hoping to ease the tension through diplomacy, but Jeff Murdoch reports a senior White House official said the U.S. is prepared to respond with harsh sanctions if Russia advances into Ukraine. If that invasion happens, the U.S. intends to bolster NATO's force posture in Eastern Europe and will help Ukraine defend itself if necessary, the official said. The two leaders held a video conference earlier this month, with Biden expressing concern about Russia's troop buildup. During that call, the president warned Putin that the U.S. would impose strong economic and other measures if Ukraine is invaded. Oklahoma officials say they're weighing their options after a federal judge rejected their challenge to the Pentagon's COVID-19 vaccine requirement for National Guard troops. Then Wolfgang reports the ruling underscores what analysts say is likely an uphill legal battle facing Oklahoma and at least 5 other states. They're arguing that Guard troops who object to the vaccine on personal, religious, or moral grounds should be exempt from the mandate. The fight between GOP-led states and the Pentagon is expected to drag on well into 2022. The military's vaccine policy and the legal challenges it sparked are also likely to be major political issues in next year's midterm elections. A man shot dead earlier this week in Southeast D.C. marked the 225th homicide this year in the nation's capital. With just a few days left in 2021, Emily Zanto reports homicides in D.C. are up 14% from last year's total at this time, 197. It's the most in a year for the district since 248 were recorded in 2003. D.C. Police Union President Gregory Pemberton argues the rise is directly correlated to the understaffed Metropolitan Police Department, which has lost at least 300 rank-and-file officers since last year. Earlier this month, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser said she's throwing every resource at the rise in violent crime by expanding the city's violence prevention outreach program into more neighborhoods. And finally, despite vowing at his confirmation hearing to keep politics out of prosecutorial decisions, Valerie Richardson reports Attorney General Merrick Garland is being accused by Republicans for politicizing his department. Democrats have also had their gripes with Garland. Progressives have despaired over his failure to prosecute former President Trump over multiple issues, including allegedly obstructing the Mueller investigation. Issues have also arisen with the Justice Department at the state level as well. Maryland Governor Larry Hogan issued a challenge to Garland earlier this month to sue his state over a redistricting map, which Hogan views as unfair and vetoed. Find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us on all of your favorite podcast platforms just by searching Washington Times in your favorite podcast app. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.